Welcome to Oral Communication Lesson 10 Types of Speeches According to Delivery.
Topic 1. Reading from a manuscript. Lesson objectives. Number 1. Analyze a sample from a reading a manuscript. Number 2. Differentiate the advantage and disadvantage for reading from a manuscript. Number 3. Follow guidelines on how to make and deliver or reading from a manuscript. Introduction. In another unit, you encountered a classification of speeches according to purpose, whether an intent to explain, demonstrate, inspire, argue, or persuade. Let us say that you were asked to write a speech and were given the liberty to choose how you are going to present it. How would you deliver it? Vocabulary. Manuscript. Noun. Any text not printed or published. Lectern. Noun. I stand with a slanted top, use and hold a book.
Conform. Verb. It is to comply. Convey. It is a verb and its meaning is to communicate. Contemptation. It is a noun and its full or deep consideration.
Essential question. How is an effective manuscript speech prepared and delivered? Learn about it. Reading from a manuscript. Also known as manuscript speech is done when speaker reads and prepared text manuscript to the audience. The manuscript may be prepared by someone else or by the speaker, himself or herself. This is usually given when the manuscript will be part of the official record, wherein extremely careful wording is required. Most of the time, a manuscript speech is delivered over a podium or a lectern. For example, an official spokesperson is provided with a proclamation and reads is presently as within. A speaker may be also OPT to use this method when he or she feels that the important points are the best convenient by reading the manuscript, especially when it's the remarkably written. Advantage. No single and essential word is left out. All significant points are covered and convenient. Disadvantage. The speech may sound mechanical or forced unnatural. The audience may quickly get bored or uninterested. The speaker is limited in his or her use or nonverbal cues. The speaker is unable to react to the audience nonverbal cues.
For whom is reading a manuscript most advantageous? Public figures. Public figures are usually constrained by a hectic schedule and some required speech writers to write a speech on their behalf. Media personalities. Speaker on radio and television confirm with time limits. Because of this, they have to critically choose and refine the words of their speech in advance. Spokesperson for government and private organizations. These speaking roles require a great deal of contemplation and preparation. Since they represent the organization, careful construction and delivery of speech are essential. Here's the guideline in reading from a manuscript. Outline and write your speech well. Since you will read most of your speech, write an exceptional speech that contains logically connected paragraphs and well-supported points. Choose your words carefully to make your message clear. Letter B. Format your speech properly. Doing so will make it easier for you to read it. Here are some tips to make your speech easily reliable. Indent each paragraph and write only 2 or 3 paragraphs per page. not be justified so that the words are equally spaced. Double space between lines. Use only one sided of the page. Use of type that is easy to read and a font size large enough for you to read the speech comfortably. Letter C. Practice your speech. Although you will be reading your speech, it is important for you to practice your speech and to be familiar with it. Letter D. Vary your voice. Vary your volume, pitch, and intonation to emphasize important points and to express your feelings and attitudes. Make sure to also pause appropriately between sentences. Letter E. Look at the audience from time to time. Do not read the manuscript word for word. Looking at the audience will allow you to connect with them even when you are reading from a manuscript. Look at the audience when highlighting certain points as well as when asking questions. Finally, to sound natural even while reading from a manuscript, speak clearly at a normal pace, make eye contact with the audience, and be relaxed. Key points. A manuscript speech is when a speaker reads a prepared manuscript to the audience from a lectern or a podium. A manuscript speech is usually done by public figures, media personalities, or spokesperson. There is a suggested structure when reading from a manuscript: outline, format, practice, and non-verbal cues.
As what the previous reporters have said, a manuscript speech is a speech that requires a prepared text for the speaker to read. It is usually written by another person, and an example of this is when a spokesperson delivers their speech.